Good evening. I'm Keith Stava, Director of Development for Mercy Medical Angels and Angel Wings for Veterans. Every year we hold our Salute Our Heroes Gala to raise awareness and funds to support Angel Wings for Veterans, our special transportation program for veterans. Our mission is simple and direct. Angel Wings for Veterans removes the barrier to medical care for veterans, active duty service members, and their families with transportation on the ground and in the air. Last year, Angel Wings for Veterans gave 4,382 such free trips for our veterans and their families, making it the largest organization in the country providing these services to our nation's heroes. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we're not able to gather in person this year, so we're doing the next best thing. We're coming to you live from our homes to yours. Lemons and lemonade, right? And because we're virtual, all of our friends and supporters from across the country are now able to join us tonight. Since this is our red carpet event, I will be your host for the next 30 minutes. Welcome to our home. Like our red carpet? Pretty cool, isn't it? Maybe we'll hang on to it and use it the next time our friends come over for dinner, whenever that will be. I'll give you a little backstage secret though. Whenever you're putting on a show and you need something, just call out props and the prop crew magically makes them appear, like this red carpet. Tonight, we will talk about Angel Wings for Veterans and the amazing services it provides for our nation's heroes. And through the magic of technology, we'll meet some of the guests who will be joining us tonight for the gala. We'll also give some information to ensure that you can participate in the gala, including bidding on some of our awesome auction items and donating to support our veterans. In fact, bidding has already started on our silent auction items. Check them out now on your cell phones. Props. Thank you. If we have your cell phone number on file, then you should have already received a text message linking to your personal bidding account, no login required, that will allow you to participate in this evening's fundraising events. If we do not have your cell phone number on file or you did not receive a text message, we invite you to participate by texting right now, Salute Our Heroes, all one word, to the number 243725, and follow the instructions you receive to access the bidding platform and create your account. If you're watching on a computer, you can also visit www.bidpal.net, Salute Our Heroes, and register yourself there. If you need help with any of this, like bidding on an item, making a donation, or if you have a specific question about one of our auction packages, we have a dedicated team of operators standing by. Give them a call at 703-989-5284 to be connected with our help desk. You can also send an email to info@c2auctions.net, and your message will be returned promptly. Once you have accessed your bidding account by clicking the text message link you receive after registering, you will be able to browse and bid on a selection of items from your cell phone or computer. If you're not quite ready to bid on any item, but want to keep an eye on it, then click Watch on that item and it will be added to your activity feed. Here's a professional bidder's tip. Once you place a bid on an item, you will be prompted to enter Max Bid. Doing this will let the system work for you, placing incremental bids up to your predetermined maximum bid amount at light speed. Then, if you're outbid, you will receive a text message alerting you of your status. At the end of the auction, you'll be notified if you're a winning bidder. Tonight's event is all about raising awareness and donated funds to support Angel Wings for Veterans charitable transportation program. I wanted to take a minute to say that if you know a veteran who's having a hard time financially and cannot afford to get to the treatment they or a family member needs, please have them reach out to Angel Wings for Veterans. All they have to do is go to our website, angelwingsforveterans.org, and click on Request Assistance. They're not alone. We are here to help. Our great team of transportation coordinators will do everything in their power to help our veterans and their families get to the treatment they need. In a little while, you'll hear from some of our nation's heroes who were helped by Angel Wings for Veterans. It makes me so proud to be a small part of an organization that serves our veterans who have served us, and I hope you will join the team tonight by adding your support. So, we have a few special guests with us tonight on the red carpet. Our first guests are Broadway's Tony Award nominated star from Peter Pan and world famous gymnast Kathy Rigby and her husband, Tom McCoy, a Tony Award nominated producer. Instead of joining us from Neverland, Kathy and Tom are with us tonight from their home in Orange County, California.
Hey, Kathy and Tom, it's so nice to see you both again. Thank you for joining us tonight on this red carpet.
Oh, we are so excited, and what a beautiful, great cause. And frankly, you asking us to do this has certainly made me do a little more research into family and into, I mean, not that I had to, we have a lot of people that are, were active just recently and in, Tom's brother, my nephew, but the history that goes back is quite remarkable.
But the reason tonight, I know you guys are aware of Angel Wings for Veterans and the help that it provides to our nation's heroes. But as you were saying, Kathy, you both have so many personal connections with our veterans. And Kathy, your dad served in World War II, right?
You know, we don't have a lot of information. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, and we had a house fire, so any kind of memorabilia was lost. But he fought in World War II as a radio operator on a ship that was hit by kamikazes. And I also had an uncle, my Uncle Bernard, who died in World War II. He was a gunner at the back of an airplane that was booby-trapped, and so Uncle Bernard, I never got to meet him, but he paid the ultimate price and was, just a beautiful human being. And, so many of our World War II veterans didn't make it home. And, so my mom and her family, it was devastating, but, they made a difference. And then I had my younger brother, Jeff. He served in Germany, and he drove a truck, and he was a carpenter. He did all of those things. And I think probably, and Tom will talk about his brother and father who was remarkable, but I think what's so interesting about what you're doing, how needed is that Jeff Jr. served 11 years as an infantry sniper. He said it was infantry sniper E6. He was deployed twice to Afghanistan, Kosovo, Kuwait, Germany. Wow. He has severe PTSD and traumatic brain injury from an IED. He was sitting in the back of a truck, and yet that said, he is, he's an amazing father, a husband. He lives in Arizona. I'm so very, proud of him and the sacrifices that he's made. So I know what it is. And
and
yes.
I tell you, so many of the trips we provide for our veterans are for PTS treatment. I mean, it's so much more than what you think about, but you obviously have such a personal connection.
Keith, that you got to pull it out of them. They're so tough, and they don't want to complain. And it's about the other person. It's about their brothers in arms. It's about that, and they won't. He's taking. I believe he is taking advantage of getting help, obviously through his military, ranking and service and all of that stuff. But that said, it doesn't go away. And they always will have to fight it. At least that's what he says. And yes, so I'm very proud of him.
Well, it sounds like you really should be. And Tom, your dad also served in World War II, right?
My dad, volunteering for the service is one of the highest callings in this country. Kathy and I feel very strongly about that. My father, he just turned 17 at the very last year of World War II, desperately wanted to fly fighters, went to Texas and trained to fly fighters, and then the war ended. As you know, Keith, I'm one of 11 kids from a big Irish Catholic family. My father was one of the original doctors that started St. Jude Hospital out here in Southern California. My mother, beautiful Irish lassie, gave birth to 11 children and a strong, wonderful mother. My youngest brother, Michael, I don't know if you ever met Michael, maybe not, but he did go to Servite, but after us. He was a JAG in the Air Force. He went to Air Force Academy. He got his lawyer. He became a lawyer, and was active duty at JAG in the Air Force. He was over in Iraq when Saddam Hussein was in prison. He was assigned to work with Saddam's defense team during that process. So he would go out into the middle of the desert with the defense lawyers, dig up mass graves, etc., and would meet with Saddam once a week or so. He said that Saddam was this charismatic, character. He would walk in the room and Saddam would say, Captain Mike, come in, and sit, trying to be charismatic and sort of win him over. But interestingly enough, Michael made friends with some of those defense attorneys. They were good men, just doing their jobs, etc. But he was there for a couple of years doing that, and went back again, and is now in the reserves. And he was just called up. He's up in Sacramento. He's now a lieutenant colonel, and he was just called up for the COVID explosion to help, distribute PPEs to hospitals and help to organize and make sure that it was all flowing the way it was supposed to. So he's still very much involved, but he views it as his highest calling. I view it as well that way, and our family does as well.
We have your nephew, Brian, who's also been serving and still serves.
Brian Seymour, John Seymour. John Seymour married my sister Kathleen. He was the basketball player.
Right.
John Seymour's middle son, Brian, has been in the Navy for maybe 20 years, still active duty, has a wife and 4 children, one with special needs.
How could that be? We're just kids ourselves.
Yeah. One of his child has special needs, and the service and the military help that family out consistently. So they certainly benefit from, what you're trying to do in this organization and the rest of what the military provides.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's really amazing how the military service runs so deep in both of your families. I also wanted to say thank you, Kathy, for your generous donation of the live auction prize that we're auctioning tonight. The lullaby recording of Neverland that you're going to personalize with the name of the winning bidder's child or grandchild. It's going to be a priceless. You use that term priceless, but it really will be a priceless gift for some child that loves hearing the bedtime stories of Peter Pan. I know that a lot of people will be bidding on this.
And I wanted to do a lead in with their name, and just, there's a middle part of Neverland where Wendy says, what does it look like? And there's an explanation of, well, it's an island, Wendy. And I want to use the Peter Pan voice to put the little person's name in it, or whoever wants it.
That's going to be perfect. Gosh, we're probably going to have to bid on it for our grandkids.
This is important information, Keith. I've been married to Kathy for 20 or 38 years. I've never been sung a lullaby to ever. So, whoever wins this is at a higher level than her husband. Her husband's down here.
The time you go, what are you singing now? What are you singing now? You say that.
All right, I can only guess what you're going to be singing for him tonight, Kathy. But thank you guys both so very much for being with us tonight. It means so much to me and to the organization and to all the veterans we're helping to serve. Thank you for being with us, and I hope you enjoy the gala tonight.
Thanks so much, Keith. Love seeing you again. My best to the family.
And
Thanks, you. Bye-bye.
Speaking of auction items, many of the items tonight really are unique. In addition to Kathy Peter Pan's personalized lullaby, there's a personal charter fishing tournament on the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. for 10 people. A college football package, good through next season, where you get 2 tickets to your favorite rivalry game, like Army-Navy, gas for your car for a year, and a lot of other really cool and unique items. You don't know what they are? Then you've got to register to bid. The bidding on the silent auction items is going on right now, so place your bids and keep an eye on your cell phone to make sure that you are not outbid. We all have our cell phones glued to our hands 24/7 these days. Now we can really put them to good use.
I want to welcome our next guest on the red carpet. He's Micah Fink, CEO and founder of Heroes and Horses. Heroes and Horses is one of the amazing veteran support and treatment centers that Angel Wings for Veterans partners with to help make sure our veterans get the treatment they need. Welcome, Micah. It's an honor to have you with us.
Thanks, Keith. Appreciate being here.
Well, I can see that must be on your ranch in Montana, huh?
I am. Yep. I'm out here in the great wide open spaces here in what we call God's country.
Oh, I'm jealous. I guess I'm in the wide open spaces here in Norfolk, Virginia. So, um, but I just wanted to talk a little bit, as a past SEAL yourself, you know so well about the issues that some of our toughest service members carry home with them when they return from duty. And I know what a great job Heroes and Horses does with providing veterans with the various tools they need for reintegrating themselves back into civilian life and redefining their purpose post-combat. I wonder if you might want to comment a little bit about those great things you guys are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Heroes and Horses is a 41-day reintegration program for combat veterans. It is the longest and the most difficult program in North America because change is difficult. I don't believe that it's actually combat that's the issue. I believe it's the process that you encounter when you come home. And I actually believe that it's struggle that gives everything in life value and gives us the opportunity to learn about who we are. And it's in that process, that reapplication of challenge and struggle, that we discover that core values of who we are as a person that we had one time as service members. And we use that to overcome our external circumstances. And so to get to that process, it's a combination of pressure and time. And that happens out here in the backcountry of Montana, over 41 days long with no days off. The average guy loses 18 pounds in the program. There's no cheese, there's no bread, there's no cookies. It's water and coffee and meat and vegetables, nothing else. They'll ride between 500 and 600 miles on their horses.
Wow.
They'll get into ice tanks. They'll do physical fitness. They'll meditate. They'll get goal setting. And really, it's just a tool to shift focus from a service member who is always looking out for answers to be told what to do and what normal looks like to a place where they begin to look in and they begin to make those decisions from the inside out, not the outside in. And so, the program is highly unique. It's tough. We have hundreds of applications a year. And, we can't even meet that capacity. We're trying to grow, and this obviously is a challenging time for everybody. And, over the past 5 years, this amazing organization has paid for every single veteran to get on an airplane, to come out here, to suffer their way to grace and happiness. And I think ultimately, without that relationship, Heroes and Horses would not be where it is today, because we were very small. I started out here. I came home. I was a paramilitary contractor for one of our intelligence agencies. I was in the SEAL teams. Through both those careers, I spent a little over 1,100 days in the combat zone, and I understand. I didn't set out to start. I didn't go to nonprofit school. I didn't. I'm not. I started this because what I needed in my personal life didn't exist. It wasn't out there. And, there's 45,000 nonprofits for veterans today in North America. And what I needed was to rediscover who I was post my service. And I needed that opportunity to do it on my own terms. And so people asked me what program you went to. I said it was the one I created. So we didn't have any money in the beginning. We didn't have any resources in the beginning. I was, doing the bake sales and selling, pieces of pork on the side of the road with a cardboard table. And your organization, this organization has allowed us to get to the place where we are today, which is still growing and still evolving. And what you guys have done, you're just such an integral part of our organization. And so it's highly unique. And tonight obviously is a great night for people to get behind, to donate, to support what you guys doing. And in turn, you're supporting organizations like Heroes and Horses. So, hats off to the team, and we've gotten to know everybody at the organization very well. I think they think we're crazy, wild cowboys. And the truth is we are. And, but you know what? If you want radical change, you got to do radical things, and you got to be willing to step outside your comfort zone, step outside your social constructs, your whatever you're believing or whatever you're reading, and get to the core of who you are. And that takes radical things. And so that's what we're doing today. And we're doing radical things so that people can have radical change and America's veterans can finally come home. And it wouldn't be possible without everything that you guys have done for us.
Well, you guys are doing such great work. We really are so very proud to be able to be a part of helping you and to help get the veterans back and forth to your facilities there. And, this is exactly, what we've been striving to do for the last 27 years. Angel Wings for Veterans wants to fill that gap in helping veterans reach that specialized care or treatment that they need. And we're just so proud to be able to partner with you to help achieve this. And Micah, I'm so very grateful that you are with us tonight. Thank you, and I hope you're going to enjoy the gala with us.
Yeah, I will. I'm excited to be here. Angel Wings for Veterans. Listen, this is a tough time for all of us, but really, this is an organization to give to. This is an organization to support the lives that we just this organization alone have impacted. You can't put a dollar amount on that, and we would have never been able to do it without Angel Wings for Veterans. So, Keith, thank you, and thank you to the whole team at your organization. I'm blessed to be partnered with such great people.
As are we. Hey, continued luck out there, and I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thanks a lot, Micah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, for those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Keith Stava, and I want to welcome you to the red carpet leading up to the Salute Our Heroes virtual gala, which will be starting in just a little bit. During tonight's gala, you will meet the leadership of Angel Wings for Veterans, and you'll hear from a couple of organizations that we partner with who are providing some truly amazing and compassionate services to assist our veterans. You'll also hear from a few of our nation's heroes who have been served by Angel Wings for Veterans. These are the men and women who you are helping tonight with your support. And by using your cell phones, you can bid on winning some really unique auction items. In fact, the bidding for the silent auction items is going on right now. So this could be a good time to check in on your items to make sure you aren't losing out on them. The bidding for the silent auction items will close tonight at 7:30, so make sure you don't miss out. If you're having any trouble with your cell phone in placing your bids, in making a donation, or if you have a specific question about one of our auction packages, we have a dedicated team of operators standing by. Just give them a call at 703-989-5284 to be connected with our help desk. You can also send an email to info@c2auctions.net, and your message will be returned promptly. A little later in the gala, you will have a chance to bid on 3 live auction items. If you haven't already done so, check these items out now on your cell phone or computer and see that when the item comes, you will be ready to place your bids and hopefully win your favorite item. Now at regular galas, you always have a nice dinner and plenty to drink, so tonight should be no different. We're just doing it in our own homes. I hope you're already working on some good appetizers and have poured yourself something to drink. In fact, props. Thanks. Now that's the ticket. To help with a little professional advice, our friends and supporters at Tito's Handmade Vodka are with us tonight to give us a couple ideas about what the adults can mix up in their home tonight just to enjoy during the gala.
What's up, y'all? Come on in for a cocktail. My name is Christina Crane. I am the Senior Texas Sales Coordinator at Tito's Handmade Vodka. Today I'll be showing you how to make one of my favorite cocktails, a strawberry jalapeno Tito Rita. We're gonna start by putting a rim on the glass. I like spicy, so I have a spicy salt mixture here. Just gonna take this lime wedge, run it around, dunk that in the spicy salt. I'm gonna grab my shaker tin and start with a little muddling. Add enough strawberry slices to make about 1 full strawberry. A couple jalapenos to fit your spice preference. Muddle those guys, squish them up a little bit, and then add some ice. grab the Tito's Handmade Vodka for 2 ounces. We will do an ounce of orange liqueur, 1 ounce of lime juice, a little squeeze of simple. Shake this guy up. Dump that bad boy just like a bad boyfriend. And just to make it look pretty, I'm going to take a little strawberry slice and a lime wheel. And there you go. Cheers to your very own strawberry jalapeno Tito Rita. One of my favorite things about working for Tito's Handmade Vodka is the opportunity to be able to bring my dog to work. Having that companion by my side whenever I feel it is necessary is just really nice. The rumors are true, we have co-woofers.
Sorry, you say co-woofers?
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Tito's, and thank you for your donated support to Angel Wings for Veterans. Tonight, I feel a little bit like one of those old radio DJs making phone calls to listeners and putting them on the air. Parents, you'll have to explain that reference to your kids. But I'm so happy to introduce our final guests tonight. They're dear friends, and I know you will recognize Nancy Dussault as being the original co-host on Good Morning America, plus many years on TV playing Ted Knight's wife on Too Close for Comfort. She's also two-time Broadway Tony Award nominee. What many people don't know is that she was also a Navy junior, and she's joined tonight by her husband, Val Mayer, an accomplished TV and stage director.
Hey, welcome, Nancy and Val, to This Is Your Life.
Uh-oh.
After that description of everything you guys have done. But it's just so great to see you both again. I mean, it just means so much to me that you're both here. Thank you. And I know you two are no strangers to the red carpet.
Well, just a little bit.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I used to run from it because I hated having my picture taken. But it was fun. It is fun. Yeah. All the photographers and all the.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. No, he's got the wrong way. He had it the wrong way.
Well, this is your.
He's showing you his other choice of wardrobe.
This
The
was
red-
my other red carpet choice.
Excellent. I like that. That's
Which
probably
is-
much more comfortable than what I've got on.
Well, you're the Men's Warehouse. I'm Dapper
Sad but
Dan's
true.
Pizza Parlor.
No, that's sad
I
but true.
did.
But now, guys, since we're on the red carpet, props. All right. Thank you, props.
You got,
Okay, now it really feels like we're on the red carpet. Cheers, guys.
we are. And I'm
Cheers,
taking a sip.
cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, man, that tastes good. Oh,
No, you really do look swell tonight.
well, thank you.
May I compliment you? And because of red carpet talk, who did you say you're wearing? Who are you wearing tonight?
Men's Warehouse 2015.
Good.
Very nice.
Nothing but
Very
the best. Nancy, I mentioned earlier about your dad and how you were a Navy junior growing up.
Yes, and you know, I really loved being a Navy junior, and gosh, as the years went on, I became more and more proud of my dad. You know, he was born in Little Falls, New York. He joined the Coast Guard, and he was desperate to get into the Naval Academy, which somehow he got the recommendations from the senator and everybody else. He got in, graduated in 1923, and was one of the, I love this, one of the first pilots in a bi-wing plane to fly on and off an aircraft carrier.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
he was quite the little guy. And, you know, we jumped around a lot, and that was kind of hard, but being in the business that we all are, it proved to be kind of helpful. You know, that kind of unsteady life.
Started you on
Yeah.
the jet ski path.
Yeah, but the job that was the most, kind of the most difficult for him and the most challenging, and that he loved, was he was commandant of the Norfolk Naval Air Station, the biggest one in the world. And that was an amazing experience for our whole family. They put us in a pretty house. We had a lovely house. And, you know, every time a foreign ship would come in, my dad would go to greet them. And quite often he would take us with him, which was just great.
Yeah.
And twice I remember, it may have been more, but twice, because a hurricane was predicted, they flew every single plane out of there. which was quite the feat. But I have a few pictures of me with him on the base, and I sure wish I had more. His last carrier that he had was the Ranger, which I got to see the day they retired it, all many years later. But I'm so proud of him. And he loved the Navy. He loved being in the Navy. He was proud of being a part of it, and he works so hard, and it makes me proud.
Yeah.
And now Val and I now live by a huge naval air station by the water, and I love that
It
too.
all comes
Like
around
you said
again.
earlier, it all comes around.
Yeah.
So
And Val, your dad served in World War II, didn't he?
Yes, he did, Keith. But he was working for the Navy when they finally allowed him to enlist during the wartime. My grandmother took his job at the Charlestown Naval Base, which is where the USS Constitution is birthed, Old Ironsides.
Yeah.
And my grandmother took his job as a welder at the Navy Yard when my father went into basic training in Philadelphia, and they taught him how to dive. He already knew how to weld, and he became a hard hat diver.
Wow.
And was stationed at Pearl Harbor, and then he was stationed at Okinawa. It was in Okinawa that he was injured. He was down with another diver when there was a mishap in communication, and someone turned the screw of the ship, and he was hit between the legs, and the other man was hit on the shoulder, and it was the other man that took my father up, and I was the miracle that was born when my father returned to the United States.
Wow.
But it was such a tight group of men. They were 12 or 14 men on a barge, and they were towed to every ship that needed repairs. And the stories were quite outrageous, as a matter of fact.
They stayed pretty tight for
were-
the rest of their lives, didn't they?
Yes.
They stayed pretty
They were
tight.
never invited back.
Oh, that's really, really great. And you know,
They were
obvious.
friends until they were no more. They remained friends until they were all very elderly, and
Well, that's what happens. These guys, they just form those bonds, and but
Yeah.
like you said, you're the miracle baby as a result of it, and the world's better for it.
yes.
But it's obvious that you both carry such a deep appreciation for our veterans and
Oh,
we
yes.
owe them, for all they've done.
Yes.
So just very, very grateful to you guys and for being with us tonight and adding your support to what we're trying to do for our veterans. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you so
yes,
much.
what you're doing is so important.
Yes.
I was so happy to hear that you're involved with this.
Uh,
And I congratulate you because it's so worthy. It's such
And
a-
thanks.
We're so happy to participate, Keith.
yes.
Well,
Thank you
thanks.
for
You
asking.
guys are just such great friends, and it means so much just to see you again, much less to be able to add you in for this support. I mean, it's a great organization. I'm very proud to be just a small part of it. But now, in a little bit, we're going to be getting into the gala, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
I wanted to thank all of our guests for joining us tonight on the red carpet. It was really special having them with us, and we all truly appreciate their support of Angel Wings for Veterans and the thousands of veterans that are served. I also wanted to take a minute to remind you that if you know a veteran who's having a hard time financially and cannot afford to get the treatment they or a family member needs, please have them reach out to Angel Wings for Veterans. All they have to do is go to our website, angelwingsforveterans.org, and click on Request Assistance. They need to know that they're not alone. We are here to help. Our great team of transportation coordinators will do everything in their power to help the veterans and their families get to the treatment they need. I would be remiss tonight if I didn't salute my personal hero, Private First Class Robert Stava, United States Army. Dad was part of the greatest generation. He went into Normandy a few days after D-Day, humped a machine gun across France and Germany, and fought and froze in the Battle of the Bulge. The world would be a much different and darker place if it weren't for the sacrifices made by Dad and everybody who served in World War II. Dad passed away 6 months ago, but I still think of him every day and try to honor him with the great work being done for our veterans by Angel Wings for Veterans. I also want to recognize one of my little sisters, Jody Eaton, who served in the Navy as one of the first women taking care of jets on our aircraft carrier, the Kitty Hawk, and my brother-in-law, Commander Robert Poore, also United States Navy. Needless to say, with Dad, Jody, and Bob, all the days of the Army-Navy football games were always lively at our house. Speaking of lively at our house, I hope you've settled in with some good food and a nice glass of wine to enjoy Salute Our Heroes Gala, which will be starting in just a few minutes. So get your cell phones out, check in on the silent auction to make sure you win some of those great prizes. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you enjoy the gala. Password? Oh, just kidding.
Come on in, let's make a drink. My name is Brian Plater. I'm the VP of Finance and Business Operations here at Tito's. I'm going to be your bartender here today, and I'm going to be making a Tito's lemonade soda. So this drink, Tito's lemonade soda, is a great drink. There's just a few ingredients you need, 3 of them, Tito's, lemonade, and soda. So we're going to start with the ice. Add Tito's, about 1.5 ounces of vodka, and then you would add the lemonade, maybe 2 times the amount you're going to put of vodka. Get a little soda water. To give it a little life, I like to add little fruit sometimes to make it interesting. A couple blueberries, a couple raspberries, finger stir. It's fine if it's your drink. Voila, Tito's lemonade soda. It's simple. It's just putting a few things together, experimenting with what you like. Nobody's going to complain when there's good booze in it. Tito's is good booze. Okay.
You say cut?
We know in our hearts we appreciate what they do. We wish to say thank you. Some days, when we see a soldier walk past, we even muster up the sense to say the words, "Thank you for your service." They've left their families, faced the unknown, ran in harm's way. Many sacrificed life and limb and health and mental health. And that is where our story begins. They have given so much. Now it's your chance to say, thank you for your service. We are Angel Wings for Veterans. We provide our heroes who need medical assistance free transportation to critical medical treatment and clinical care for veterans of any age, active duty service members, and their families. Since 1997, Angel Wings for Veterans has been removing the barrier to medical care, providing free transportation on the ground with gas cards, bus and train tickets, and in the air with trips flown by volunteer pilots and commercial airlines.
More than 70,000 free trips for our nation's heroes. More than 34 million miles.
The men and women who serve our country often return from the battlefield having suffered injuries. Now is our chance to serve them. These veterans may need to travel to distant, specialized medical and clinical care. Some of the most critical missions are for acute care, literally saving veterans' lives. Some missions to treat physical injury or trauma, like post-traumatic stress, PTS, or traumatic brain injury, TBI. Sometimes it's for the comfort and care of a service dog, finding the right match and for training. Even to help veterans deal with post-battlefield stress by finding peace in nature or discovering new strength and confidence on horseback. Angel Wings for Veterans gets them there. The missions are vital and varied, life-changing, life-saving. There is healing and hope for all, thanks to Angel Wings for Veterans.
Good evening. My name is Karen Reggie, and I will be your host tonight for Angel Wings for Veterans Salute Our Heroes virtual gala. As Keith Stava described on the red carpet, tonight's gala is a little different from the past in that all of our friends and supporters are joining us from your homes across the country. So welcome. As said in the video you just saw, tonight is our chance to say thank you for your service to all of our veterans that have so selflessly served our nation. Just a reminder that the silent auction will close at 7:30 p.m. And if you haven't already done, text Salute Our Heroes to 243-725 to register to bid. Tonight you will hear from the leadership and board of directors of Angel Wings for Veterans, along with some of the amazing veteran service organizations that we partner with, as well as a few of our nation's heroes that we have helped get to the treatments they needed. Before we start, please join us for our national anthem, followed by our Fallen Comrade ceremony.
Freedom's call is demanding. It comes too often and asks much. At times, it demands all. One way we consider that call and the sacrifice of those who have answered is through the setting of the Missing Man table. This table, while often used to remember our POWs and MIAs, also pays homage to all who did not return. We remember our fallen this way today. The table is round to show our everlasting concern. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives while answering the call. The single red rose represents the blood that was shed and the lives lost in that service. It also represents the family and friends who keep the faith. A yellow ribbon for the yellow ribbons worn by those who remember and never forget. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of the bitterness of our loss. A portion of salt, a reminder of the tears shed. A lighted candle reflects our ongoing hope. An inverted glass. We can no longer share a toast. The chair is empty. Our companions are no longer present.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third annual Salute Our Heroes Gala. We're here tonight to celebrate our nation's heroes. Last year, when I greeted more than 350 of you in the McLean Hilton Ballroom, I remarked at how the ranks of support for our mission had grown from 200 the year before. Well, this year, we hope to reach more than 3,000 with this amazing virtual gala. My name is Rob Alpaugh, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as Executive Director of Angel Wings for Veterans. Angel Wings for Veterans ensures that no veteran, active duty service personnel, or their family member are denied medical care because they don't have transportation. Since 1997, Angel Wings for Veterans has provided more than 70,000 free trips to medical care for those in need. Because of your support last year, we provided almost 5,000 free trips for veterans and their families. Tonight's gala is our annual fundraiser to ensure that we can meet the increasing demand for transportation to medical care on the ground and in the air. So please support those who have served to preserve our freedoms. Participate in the auction for a deep sea fishing trip for 10, instruction on how to prepare a gourmet meal with Chef Stephen Ciccone, former personal chef to Whitney Houston, and Lorraine Eaton, best-selling cookbook author and award-winning food writer, or a college football weekend to see Army take on Navy, or 2 tickets on American Airlines. Purchase of an auction item or your donation will ensure that veterans, active duty personnel, and their families have transportation to necessary medical care. Please support this wonderful mission. I want to thank our Chairman of the Board, Admiral Chip Godwin, United States Navy retired, Mrs. Virginia and General David M. Rodriguez, United States Army retired, the Mercy Medical Angels Board of Directors, the Angel Wings for Veterans Advisors, the Angel Wings for Veterans team, our sponsors, and you. It takes a lot to deliver a program like this. So special thanks to our development team, Ms. Deborah Grolke and Mr. Keith Stava. You got it done. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce my friend, Rob McCartney, CEO of the Barry Robinson Center, one of our distinguished partners.
Good evening. And Rob, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about the Barry Robinson Center and the relationship that we have with Angel Wings for Veterans. My name is Rob McCartney, and I'm the CEO of the Barry Robinson Center. And first off, I'm sorry I'm not there in person, so we would have the opportunity to talk face-to-face and you all could ask me questions about the Barry Robinson Center. Second, I would like to say thank you to Rob and all the staff and board members for Angel Wings for Veterans for the work that they do on ensuring veterans and dependents the opportunity to get to needed medical services. A little bit about the Barry Robinson Center. We're located in Norfolk, Virginia, and we are a residential treatment center serving children and adolescents aged 6 to 17 who have significant behavioral health problems. Most of our children have had at least 1 or 2 acute psychiatric hospitalizations. They've also had issues of substance abuse, mood disorders, attention deficit disorder, severe depression, and at times psychosis. What makes us unique in this field is that we are 100% military connected. Our kids come from parents who are active duty, from parents who have retired, from reserves, National Guards, and other veteran status individuals. This last 4 years, we have had the opportunity to provide services to over 500 military children and their families. We provided care to kids from over 36 states in 6 different countries. And that's where Angel Wings for Veterans has stepped up. Often families who are trying to pursue this level of care and reach out for help and hope can have challenges finding transportation. While with our active duty parents, TRICARE will pay for a trip for the child and one parent to the program and also a time of discharge, they do not pay for transportation for ongoing needed treatment to bring families in for monthly therapy and to see their children. Several years ago, when I knew that this was going to be a challenge with securing help for families, I happened to meet Rob, and he told me about what Angel Wings for Veterans could do. Since that time, we have supplied transportation to over 60 families coming from as far away as Germany and also to the West Coast, and hundreds of trips that ensured families and especially parents were able to not only visit their children, but to also get the help that they needed as a family. This would not be possible if it was not for Rob and Angel Wings for Veterans. So again, thank you for that. Let me close with sharing you a story about one of our kids. Several years ago, I was in our chapel, and we had a service where our choir had sang. And afterwards, I'm standing in the aisle, and a mother comes up to me and asks, "Are you in charge?" I sort of paused and I said, "Yes." And I said, "How can I help you?" And she just looked at me and said, "This is the first time that I have seen my child do something normal in the last 3 years." This child went on to do extremely well in our program. She went back to home. She continued playing in the band. She continued singing in the choir, and subsequently graduated. This type of care could not happen to the number of kids that we're able to serve if it wasn't for Angel Wings for Veterans. So tonight, when we're saluting our heroes, make sure you remember the kids that they're helping and the families they're helping that seek out our support at the Barry Robinson Center. Again, thanks.
What a great partnership. As a final reminder, the silent auction will be ending at 7:30 p.m. Now we want you to hear from 2 of the thousands of veterans that have been helped by your support of Angel Wings for Veterans.
Hi, good morning, everybody from Mercy Medical. My name is Guy. I'm a Lone Survivor Foundation attendee. You all provided the flight to get me down to Houston, Texas about a year ago this time, and that was a significant deal for me. So flying has a special history in my life. So I was in Iraq, downtown Baghdad, Sadr City from 07 to 09. And I had the responsibility a lot of times on missions of talking to the helicopters and the airplanes that kept the men and women I served with alive. Airplanes also served a special purpose during that deployment, though, for me. They flew my brothers and sisters home who came back with an American flag draped over their coffin. And I can proudly talk to you about it without tears just streaming down my eyes today because of the experience I had at Lone Survivor Foundation. So when I got to Texas, I wasn't really sure of everything that was going to occur, but I met Jason, our yogi, who taught us some therapeutic breathing that actually I still use today. And even my daughter uses some of the techniques to help her take tests. And then Sherry, my therapist, who took me through art, who helped me repaint the stories and the pictures so that I can just proudly think of the people that I served with on those deployments. Meals have always been a big part of my life and my family. And so every meal at the Lone Survivor House, we ate together. We had one giant table that we all got to sit at and just kind of hang out and be in that brotherhood of veterans again, which is an awesome experience and actually really restorative. I still keep up with several of the guys from my retreat, Lance and Adam. And I have been actually telling about some other veterans who are preparing themselves to either head to Texas for a retreat on flights provided by you all, or will be coming here locally to Fayetteville. So on behalf of myself, veterans everywhere who have attended the Lone Survivor Foundation retreats or will attend in the future, thank you so much, Mercy Medical, and please continue to do what you're doing.
Joined the Marines in 86, got out in 96. I was a deputy sheriff in Memphis, Tennessee. Did that for quite a few years and lost quite a few friends and gave it up and went into commercial diving. Being in combat and seeing what I've seen on the streets, you know, that people will never see. Been around death a lot and a lot of hardship, and you got to have a thick skin about it. You know, you can't take it personal anymore. I was in a motorcycle accident in 2013. I had a TBI, scar tissue on some parts of my brain from the swelling, and I've suffered quite a bit from that injury, and currently still dealing with it at this time. So PTSD was a shock, to be honest with you. I have a 6-year-old daughter that is my life. And as a father, I mean, I've always had a job. Since I could throw a newspaper on a bicycle, I've always had a job. This is the first time in my life I've never had a job. To somebody that's suffering from PTSD, and you're reaching out for an organization to help you when they say they're all about veterans, and you don't get the help, it's very depressing. This organization has helped me tremendously get up there to get the treatment I needed. I know I need treatment, you know, and they treat you like a family. They treat you like they care. They really do, you know, and they have helped me without a doubt. And I'm going to help them as much as I possibly can because they reached out and I appreciate it.
Tonight is all about raising awareness and funds to support Angel Wings for Veterans and the charitable transportation services it provides for our veterans like Guy and Pino. Now I am proud to welcome General David M. Rodriguez, United States Army retired, Chairman of the Angel Wings for Veterans Advisory Board, and Virginia Rodriguez, Treasurer of Mercy Medical Angels Board of Directors.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2020 Salute Our Heroes Gala this evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. While it's a little different way of participating, it's actually more important this year because of the demands of protecting people's health during the time of COVID-19 and the impact economically on many of our veterans and their families. Coming together this year to salute our heroes will be a unique experience for everyone.
While we will miss seeing all of you personally this year, we are so very grateful to all of you out there, safely at home, supporting this worthy mission. The staff at Angel Wings for Veterans has done an amazing job this year, so dedicated and wonderfully creative in putting together this evening's events to make it extra special for all of us. We'd like to take a moment to say a heartfelt thank you to Deborah Grolke and Keith Stava for their hard work in putting this all together for us. They've received some tremendous support from our CEO and President, Rob Alpaugh, as well as Stephanie Bowman and her entire team. We'd also like to take a moment to recognize our board of directors and thank them for their service and their dedication, led by Jib Godwin.
We've been very busy this year, and despite the situation caused by the pandemic, we've been able to provide nearly 5,000 charitable trips for veterans and their families to much needed medical care. Now that translates to an average of more than 13 trips every single day of the year. And as you can imagine, in this time of a worldwide health crisis, the demands continue to increase. There are many organizations and people who have made all those trips a reality.
Your support over the years has made these missions possible. We are so indebted to our volunteer pilots, all the airlines which donate mileage to us, our tremendous sponsors, and to you for your amazing contributions. As you will see and hear from our proud service members and their families, you are making you are making a huge difference in their lives. We are humbly asking if we can count on you again this year to provide the much needed donations to keep this organization empowered, to keep up this meaningful and significant effort. The money you did not have to spend tonight to attend the gala in person, such as an Uber, a babysitter, cocktails, dinner, a hotel room, a nice new dress, etc., perhaps could be used instead to help fund our active duty and veterans with their transportation expenses to much needed medical care. And you get to enjoy all of this from the safety and comfort of your own home.
Angel Wings for Veterans has done a wonderful job this year of keeping the mission focused on supporting the transportation needs of our veterans to medical care. They conducted a smooth transition to working from home, maintained a safe environment during the transportation to and from the medical facilities, and increased fundraising efforts in a virtual environment. I am most proud of the way our veterans and their families are treated and taken care of by this great team. Every website request, email, text, or phone call is received and acted upon with a sense of urgency and empathy, as well as a personal touch. They all do a great job of finding a way to provide the appropriate service no matter what the conditions. Thank you to the great team down there in Virginia Beach.
So won't you please join us tonight in our exciting live auction and other activities? This promises to be a festive occasion. We thank you for your participation in this critical yet fun part of the night. We truly hope we can all gather safely and in person again next year. And as always, we thank you so much for your attendance and your gracious support.
Thank you all so very much.
And enjoy your evening.
An individual, we were going down what somewhat of a beaten path. From the best I could tell is his left foot was in my right foot. He stepped on a pressure plate and initiated an IED. It threw me forwards, and I was unconscious long enough for that engineer and dog team to make it nearly back up to me when I realized what had happened. It was about 6 or so Marines. They all had individual quirks or problems that they wanted to work on based on where they had been. So I said, we're going to do this with you, and this with you, and so on. We all head out to a training area. When we got there, I hopped out of the truck and it's like, what are we doing here? I had no idea why I was there, how I got there, and that was kind of the first time I realized like something's really not right. wife and I think we were folding laundry or doing something. We happened to see the 12 o'clock news, and it had mentioned hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And my wife said, "Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that." And that's when we realized that, this treatment, this hyperbaric oxygen therapy is not an FDA-approved thing for traumatic brain injury or PTS. When it went out, I was like 2 or 3 in the morning. By the time I woke up, there was already $500 in it. And when I looked at, who it was from and some of the emails I was getting, it was from, people I'd served with. And they were saying, "Man, we had no idea," or "We'll be glad to help out. I'm going through a lot of the same things myself." So at that point, my wife Liz and I were like, wow, this is a little bit bigger than us. To be honest, without Air Compassion for Veterans, I fear to think that we'd be right back at square one. We didn't even have a clue of what to do. We saw this treatment that, was something we hadn't heard of, something we certainly hadn't tried. But what then? What now? What do we do? I couldn't imagine, where I would be had they not been so willing to step in and so knowledgeable in how all of this works. So I'm very grateful for that, without a doubt. So is my family.
Wow, what an inspiring video. We are now at the big event of the evening. This is the time to bid on the live auction items so that our veterans like Chuck continue to have free transportation services from Angel Wings for Veterans. The live auction will be a little different this year. We'll use BidPal instead of a bid paddle to place your bids. We have 3 amazing items in this year's live auction, and they are all already open for bidding. But it's not too late, so grab your cell phone, go to BidPal, and select the category Live Auction. Bidding couldn't be simpler. No bid paddles necessary. Just click on the green bid button. You can also set a max bid. That is something that you could never do in an in-person live auction. The first live auction item is a college football rivalry showdown. This experience includes 2 lower level seats to your choice of 1 regular season college football rivalry game and 2-night weekend stay wherever the game is being played. So maybe you want to see Ohio State versus Michigan, Alabama versus Auburn, or Army versus Navy. This package is good for the 2021 or the 2022 season. This could make an amazing gift, but you'll probably want to keep it for yourself. So let's get started bidding. The second auction item is a personalized lullaby by Kathy Rigby, who you saw earlier in this program. Kathy will send a personalized lullaby recording of Neverland featuring your child or grandchild's names. This treasured recording can be saved and played for many sleepless nights and will be cherished for generations. Why not place your max bid for this priceless item for your loved one right now? The final item up for bid is a live auction. In the live auction is a personal charter fishing tournament for 10 guests. You and 9 friends or colleagues or family members will come aboard 2 boats departing from Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River for a charter fishing trip competition. Each boat is accompanied by one of General David Rodriguez or Colonel Gregory Gadsden, so you're sure to be in good hands. The fishing will be catch and release, and all supplies and equipment will be provided for you and your guests. Absolutely no fishing experience is necessary, and it's good for 1 year from tonight. The college rivalry game. Look at all you get. Somebody needs to start the bidding on the college game. This is Army versus Navy. Please put in your bid right now for this. What we've got for the personalized lullaby, we have a $500 bid. The high bidder is bidder 183. but we're still looking for bids for the college football rivalry game and the personal charter fishing tournament. You have time, so you got to get into this. This trip would make an incredible team building activity for your company, so consider bidding with that in mind. Keep up the bidding, and remember, your high bid goes directly to Angel Wings for Veterans to help our veterans get the transportation they need for medical services. This is the thing. After so many months at home, the fishing trip and the college game are must-haves for 2021. So I would really encourage you to consider bidding if you haven't gotten involved already. It is so easy to bid, and the winning bid amounts go directly to these important services that you've been hearing about during this program. So anyway, the Would Have Been live auction items will close in just a couple of minutes at 8 o'clock, so keep bidding and maybe put in a max bid right now so that you're sure to be in the auction at the end. And now in just a few minutes, we are going to see how much we can raise as a community in just 90 seconds. This is for Angel Wings for Veteran. If you haven't already registered to bid and donate, text Salute Our Heroes, no spaces, Salute Our Heroes to 243725 to register. This is so important that you participate in this part of the program. I'm going to explain how it will work, but there will be a 1.5 minute timer. There'll be 90 seconds where we will be able to see how much this community tonight, right now, can raise in such a short amount of time. But first, let's watch this inspiring story of another one of our nation's heroes who you are helping.
When those explosions came through, just the force of the percussion wave that came through really rattled me. Once the mission was over, we headed back to our FOB, our forward operating base, and days later I started developing these migraines. And they just got stronger and stronger, and there was nothing I could do to relieve these migraines. I felt like I was in a world that I didn't belong in. There were all types of triggers that would just set me off and cause a panic attack and get me uneasy. I turned to isolation and self-medicating. I had a breakdown one night, and I went upstairs, I grabbed the pistol, went in the bathroom, and I was just, yelling, screaming, and just having a huge breakdown. And my wife came upstairs, and I had the gun to my head, and I was, at those last seconds of my life, what I had considered to be the end, and she grabbed the gun from me and got me some help. My life has did a complete 180-degree turnaround. I now can go out in public without fear. There's no doubt in my mind today that I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you because I was at that point in my life where, dying was an option, and not living anymore was, it seemed great to me. She's a natural medication. That bond we have when she looks into my eyes and I look into hers, through that affection, both of us get something out of it.
Brock is a true hero and one of the bravest people I have ever seen, sharing his story with all of us. His video is truly inspiring and provides everyone watching this a true picture of what these services mean to our veterans. Tonight, we're going to see how much we can raise together in just 1.5 minutes for veterans like Brock, Chuck, Guy, and Pino. You should have just received a text from BidPal, so click on the link to get to the home screen. And when I say go, but not before that, click on the Donate Now button near the top of the screen. Once on the bidding screen, select the amount that you can give. Please be generous so that Angel Wings for Veterans can continue to provide these important services. There are 2 supporters, board member Steve Craven and retired disabled Marine Captain Ralph Crafts and his wife Bobby Miranda Crafts that will match a $5,000 donation. So what this means is that if we get 2 $5,000 donations, that will turn into $20,000. So let's switch over to the live bidding and timer screen so we can get this started. Ready, set, go. Okay, we're off. Look at that. We've got $10,700. Thank you, Mike Jordan, Michael Driscoll, Joni Cockrum, Patty Stava, Jim and Patty Watson. We have 1 minute and 18 seconds left. Let's keep the donations coming, and even if you've already donated, you can donate again. These transportation services change lives. They save lives. So remember the money that you saved not needing a babysitter, a new dress. Consider whether you can give your donation this year for all of those things that you didn't have to pay for, since the demand for these services is so great right now. Looks like we're at 49 seconds, still counting, plenty of time to get your final donations in. We're up to 11,225. Any amount, oh, we got a $5,000 bid, and that $5,000 bid is gonna turn into $10,000. And we've got about 28 seconds left. We're at 21,600. Thank you, Stephen Craven. Thank you, Stephanie Singer, Linda, David. It's amazing. We're at 21,650. There's 15 seconds left. Still time to push that button and donate now. We got another $5,000 bid, and we're going to have another $5,000 match. We're at $26,650, ladies and gentlemen, and the time is up. So there we are. We're at 26,650. And I've got great news for you. You can keep bidding. You can keep donating. We've got $26,650 in less than a minute and a half. And those donations can keep coming in until Monday. So we got $26,950. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Thank you so much. Now it's time to draw the winner of the Picnic Backpack for 4, designed by Picnic at Ascot and assembled in the USA. This fully equipped picnic basket has a detachable wine holder and cooler department to keep food and wine at the perfect temperature, and so much more. And the winner is William and Ava Hall of Vienna, Virginia. Congratulations, William and Ava. Now I am especially proud to welcome Rear Admiral Jib Godwin III, United States Navy retired, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Mercy Medical Angels, who will close our show tonight.
Thank you, Karen. Pretty different evening for us. I apologize that I'm not dressed like Keith Stava. I am in the process of moving, so I will just have to live with what I got because we're all packing up right now. I really want to thank each of you for flexing with us from our in-person to this phenomenal virtual gala that we did tonight. Last year's efforts for our gala really helped us both in our fundraising efforts, but more importantly in our support to our mission. As has been said before, providing transportation to our patients that are attending to life-saving medical appointments. We increased our trips last year by more than 40%, with 24,520 trips. Your donations tonight have furthered that cause for this year by providing, and I'm going to check the number because it's still coming in, it says $95,900, and we still have information coming in. But I'd like to thank you again for attending with us tonight, and I want to close by thanking Karen for her work as our auctioneer, but also C2 Auctions and RJ White Event Productions for assisting us with this event, but more importantly, thank Keith Stava and Deb Grolke for what they've done for us in this run-up that we've done with the preparation for this. It's been a long road. We've already started preparations for next year, and we look forward to seeing you. And thank you for your attendance tonight. And Rob, you've got some more money in the bank to help provide more trips. Thanks and good evening.